Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Golden Falls, Golden What If, whatever you want to call me, and I'm back with the finale of What If Deku Had a Time Skip, Quirk, Timeless Hitman, and of course, as always, if you enjoy, make sure to leave a like, make sure to leave a sub, make sure to comment, all that good stuff. I believe we're almost at 25k. I think that's what let's check. I think so. I think it's 25k, almost. And I want to say shout out to all of y'all for helping me get there, and shout out to all of y'all for all the love and support. I'm going to keep pumping out these videos to the best of my ability, and I'm going to be coming up with some new ideas, new stuff to do. When new animes come out that are really popular, maybe we'll even see what ifs on those. I mean, I've already talked about this before. We're definitely going to get some Chainsaw Man what ifs, and I feel like that's just given. When I watch the Chainsaw Man anime, we are going to definitely do that as well. Maybe with some new animes coming out as well, we will see. I will do more what ifs on them. We will just have to see very soon. Nonetheless, I hope y'all enjoy, and make sure to check the links in the description below. And I'm not gonna waste much more of your time, and let's just get into the what if. Let's get it. Izuku Midoriya has now set the Hitman's Row on fire. It's no longer what it used to be. It's no longer the Hitman's Row that he grew up in, was raised in, was bred by. It's far different now. Many have died in the line of Izuku, and many have left out of fear that Izuku would do what he did to them, or the others strayed back to them. But of course, Izuku had no intention of doing that. He's now hunting heads. He believes that there are some people in this world that need to be dealt with, and dealt with pronto. And those people involve the League of Villains and also All for One. He wants to make sure that these people are eliminated, taken out forever. And that's exactly what his plan is going to be. He wants to wait on the perfect time, and luckily, Charlotte is still near, or at least around UA, and she has some information for him about the Forest Training Camp, a camp that Izuku will go to on the hunch that the League of Villains are going to invade. And that hunch would be right. Izuku would stalk from the mountains, waiting and waiting. On a mountain right by the forest camp, he would sit on and wait. He would wait for night to be upon them. He would then get some sleep and wait for the next night to come as well. Izuku's patience would start running thin, thinking that this whole idea that the LOV would show up is something that isn't true, that maybe it was a miscalculation and maybe they thought too far ahead. But eventually it would be proven to be right, as he watches a young kid, just a boy, walk up the same mountain he's chilling on. He basically hides away, making sure he's not seen, until he hears a deep and a terrifying voice come from the forest, more or less threatening the kid that's sitting right there. The kid begins to panic, trying to run away, and then eventually would trip and stumble, almost falling off the cliff. But he did fall off the cliff. He slips and he comes tumbling down, but he then just appears back on the cliff once again. And obviously this man that's standing in front of him by the name of Muscular is tripping. He thinks that this is ridiculous, that this must be his quirk, maybe he can teleport, but then the boy is gone. Now he's behind Muscular. No, now he's on top of the hill, away from Muscular. He's confused. The giant cliff above them the boy is just sitting on it. And the kid seems surprised as well. He looks at his hands thinking that maybe he did that, but of course we know he didn't. Izuku would then appear in front of Muscular in his hero quote-unquote outfit, but more like his hitman outfit. He would then tell Muscular that he made a big mistake coming here. Immediately Muscular's eyes grow wide and he realizes who this person is. He tells him that he had a job to do, that Muscular was offered this, and how could he decline? He needs to be able to do something like this. Izuku shakes his head and says that no matter the amount of money, he doesn't care anymore. He no longer cares about this so-called money that they speak of, a hit on anybody. He's no longer just a regular hitman. He's something else. Izuku would then appear right in front of Muscular and then disappear in an instant. Punches would be thrown all on Muscular's body, and indents from Izuku's fists can be seen everywhere. He would then pass out, be completely unconscious, and, well, he would eventually die. His heart would stop, and his life would peter out in a matter of seconds. Immediately, though, Izuku would then grab the young kid by the name of Koda and bring him back to the camp. He would appear on the camp right next to Aizawa, and then nobody would be there at all. Aizawa would immediately ask Koda what's going on, but no answer could be even told. Koda doesn't even know what happened. He says that there was a guy wearing this so-called like dark purple outfit, and he defeated a villain instantly. He's so confused at what occurred, but Aizawa knows exactly what happened. It was him. It was the guy that he's been thinking. The prodigy of the Hitman's Row. It was Izuku Midoriya, the one he's seen even in UA, one that slipped through the cracks. He did that. He saved them, or saved him, and, well, must still be here. And of course, Izuku is, picking league member after league member off one by one. But quickly he would realize that some were fakes, not real. Actually just clones made by a man by the name of Twice. But Izuku nonetheless would continue barreling through these so-called villains over and over and over again, and capturing a couple more than original. But still, Katsuki Bakugou would get taken away just like in the original. Izuku would then begin scouring the land, making sure everyone is good, everyone is safe, and on top of that no villains or any villains that were left over got handled and at least either killed or thrown into the police. Izuku would then leave without a trace and begin to gather more and more information about where these League of Villains members will go next. Where are they? And he would eventually catch wind of exactly where they are. Izuku would approach that building, that same building that is holding Katsuki Bakugou, and he'd give it a slight knock, and then knock again. Immediately the room would go silent, and he would say, "Pizza delivery. Pizza delivery." And just as, well, the League of Villains is confused, Izuku would be in the room, standing with them, and would say the same thing again from behind them. "Pizza delivery." Izuku would look at them dead in their face, and immediately they try to attack him, but he's gone. One by one, they get struck down. Dabi gets cracked first, knocked out cold. Then Kurogiri. Then Shigaraki. Then Toga. Everybody you can think about that is there currently gets knocked out, killed, or more or less extremely injured. Izuku would sit on a stool and be surrounded by the villains of the LOV, and their bodies would not be moving, not even 1 inch. Izuku would break the handcuffs off of Bakugou and tell him that it's time to head out, that he can take him back home if he wants, but I mean, the heroes should be here relatively soon. Bakugou looks away for a second and questions what the hell Izuku is doing and what's even going on, turning back toward Izuku, but he's gone. Izuku has disappeared and is currently in a near distance away, knowing that the heroes are about to approach. The heroes would then invade the hideout to see that the LOV is completely demolished, dead, or in a comatose type of state. Of course, they take who is alive and, well, you know, do what they have to do with the people that are dead. But Izuku watches on as he expects something else to occur. For those who are currently alive, portals begin to open up beneath them, dropping through those portals, getting away instantaneously. But Izuku knew this would happen. He time skips immediately through that portal, and it transports them to the final battle arena, or, well, a big city for the fight for All Might versus All for One. Izuku would immediately grab the bodies of these so-called or comatose state LOV members, taking them away, and ending their lives or putting them in captivity in a matter of seconds, not allowing them to even escape one bit at all. Izuku would then watch as All For One would then finally appear. All Might would be there to fight him, to fight All For One in a final stand, one final battle for it all. Izuku would watch from the distance as these two titans would clash over and over again, while tons of these other heroes were consumed or basically have to fight Nomus alike. But nonetheless, that fight between All For One and All Might was spectacular. Izuku just waiting, and right when All Might goes for a punch, he would teleport in, or, well, not teleport in, but time skip in and immediately pause All For One in time, making him completely stuck, and All Might lands a blow so hard straight to his face that it shatters his mask, sending him flying. He time skips down to All For One once again, and he tells All Might that what he's doing isn't the proper way of going about it. All Might tells the young boy to stay there, don't move, and calm down. There's no reason to get drastic. Izuku says that there is a reason to get drastic, and the reason is to shut this all down. Just as he's about to kill All For One, a kick comes soaring from behind him and he gets thrown toward a building. He disappears in a matter of seconds, and he then stands normally once again in front of two people now, Melissa and All Might. Izuku tells them both that the beef isn't with them. He needs to make sure though that this guy right here dies. And All Might immediately says that's not what a hero does, and Izuku cuts him off, saying that what does a hero even do? Put them in jail so they can just escape? Put them away for what? For life, and what? That's their punishment enough? No. What kind of sick, demented idea is that? How stupid could you sound? Death is the only way out. That is it. Izuku believes this with his chest. He believes that death for these villains is the only way out. But All Might and Melissa say that it could be better, that he doesn't have to do that. But Izuku says that he'll take on the burden when he meets everybody in the afterlife. But for now, his philosophies stay the same. He then immediately reaches out his hand and makes a fist, creating an area of just time stoppage. All Might and Melissa standing insanely still, not being able to move at all. And Izuku tells them that he's transcended his power through and throughout. He's transcended it by just watching them fight. He's gotten far stronger than the last time he sparred Melissa, and yes, she may be the successor of One For All, but that does not matter. He's transcended everything. There is no stopping him now. Izuku walks over toward All For One and the body laying on the ground, and he obliterates him to no end. There is nothing left. Izuku destroys All For One, killing him instantaneously. Izuku would then let go of the time barrier and immediately time skip somewhere else, screaming toward them that this is over. That yes, they can try their best to try and get him. They can do whatever they think is possible, but at the end of the day, there is no way to catch him, because every single hit he has on every single villain is timeless. That's how much time he has. He has so much time that everyone feels as if there is no time to catch him, that there is no way to catch him. Izuku will never be caught. That's what he tells them. He will never be caught. The Timeless Hitman will never be caught. The Hitman's Row is different, far different than what many have heard of and believed it to be. He made sure of that. He made sure that it's different compared to everything else. He made sure that it wouldn't be what it was before. Aizawa tries to activate his quirk, but Izuku looks at him and shakes his head, saying that he's developed far beyond that. No regular quirk can truly do that. And maybe, just maybe, Overhaul was right to an extent. Izuku's power may creep so far along that it might tear his body apart, put him in a timeless void, but it doesn't matter at this time. When he's an adult, he'll have to deal with that, and he'll have to deal with the repercussions. Izuku would tell them all that it doesn't matter though. His quirk progression and his time progression, his pure progress, is what is going to save Hero Society and save everybody from losing the ones they love. Izuku would then disappear, and it was just like that. Some think that Izuku's power crept up so much that now he's in a state of eternal time, that there is no way out. The afterlife, he saw and said that he would have to deal with the repercussions later when he dies. Well, it's as if that would never occur. It's said that Izuku disappeared, never to return. Some believe that he had such good control that he began swooping up villain after villain without anybody even noticing. That is how strong he became. But others obviously have their theories, thinking that Izuku is time-locked, dead, gone, not to be existed anymore, but many are confused, especially when they hear about a new villain, a prominent one, someone that's terrifying, but in a matter of days would be gone. But they would wonder who would take the recognition. These heroes, they say they did it, that they did it, of course they did, but no, the public knows, a lot of people know, agencies, even the heroes, they know that this is different. They didn't defeat a villain that was so strong that it was terrifying to the public. Someone else did. The Timeless Hitman did, even if you cannot see him move. Izuku Midoriya still puts a hit on every villain that would appear in Japan and soon to be across the entire world. And that is a wrap for What If Deku Had a Time Skip Quirk. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, a sub, a comment down below, all that good stuff. And I hope all of y'all have an amazing day, week, month, all that good stuff. And yeah, that's about it. Have an amazing day, everyone. Later.